Hi guys, this is Katja with Creators Image Studio. Today I'm sharing this scrapbook layout with you all in the sense that I did a tutorial on how to wrap your chipboard, because I did not paint the chipboard and then cut the paper to size, because then you would have rough edges and I wanted my edges to be smooth, so I wrapped the chipboard, and that is what I'm going to show you this week in a video tutorial. My theme here is black and white. It's going to my mom. Your theme can of course be any color or any atmosphere, any theme that you choose, and it's meant for inspiration because it's very easy to do, just wrapping a piece of chipboard, and then it's ideal to hang from a wall like I did here. So I attached this this hook here, or this, I don't know how to call this, and you can hang it from the wall. So it is a very easy gift to give. Like I said, this is going to my mom. And yeah, so have fun watching the tutorial, guys. So I started off with a piece of chipboard of 8 by 8 inches, and to prepare it I applied some double-sided tape here all around of its edges. Now for the first piece of design paper, that will be the piece that you will wrap the chipboard with. And as you can see, it sticks out about 1 inch on all sides. So what you do, independent of the size, the particular size that you are using, just add 2 inches on 2 sides. So if mine is 8 inches all around, then I will take a 10-inch piece of paper. 8 plus 2 is 10. And in that way, it will stick out 1 inch on all 4 sides. So 1 plus 8 plus 1, right? So that is how I get to this measurement. I always use about a 1 inch border to wrap. So suppose that you use a 6 by 6 inch piece of chipboard, then you will need an 8 by 8 inch piece of design paper. So 6 plus 2, etc., right? So that is the method that I'm using here. And this design paper you can also prepare. Just add double-sided tape again to its back, and what I did here, because I did not do it all over, as you can see, I left the corners free. That is because I went parallel with the chipboard. So these are about 8 inches of double-sided tape. You can do, of course, the entire edge, but this way you will have saved 8 inches of tape. 1, 2, and then times 4 is 8 inches of tape. So I'm frugal like that. So I'm going to use my craft knife to remove the tape backings. All right. And of course I should have removed the tape backings from the chipboard first, but doesn't matter, so let's do that. Okay, so here we go. So let's place this on top of the paper. And eyeballing it, so centering it as best as I can. It doesn't really matter if you are a bit crooked. I really should have left the tape backings on, and I realized because I have to miter the corners, I always use this nifty little tool by perfecttrimruler.com. I'm not sponsored. I bought this in 2012. That is how long I'm working with it. I am going to use that. If you don't have this, just cut your paper like this and make sure that there is a bit of paper left here. I will show you in a minute what that looks like. So what I meant is this little space here. So that is about 1/8 of an inch, or at least the thickness of your chipboard. That is the space that you need. Okay, so let me do all other 3 corners. Okay, so there you go. Now you are going to score to make folding and wrapping it easier. So you're going to score simply by scoring flush against your chipboard. So you don't need a scoring board or anything, just do it on top of your table like I'm doing here, just scoring the paper. And now you're gonna put some more double-sided tape here, all along the edges of your chipboard. There you go. Now burnish with your bone folder to get a good stick and remove the tape backings. All right, so now we're ready to wrap. You already scored, so now you're going to gently fold your paper, giving your paper the time to train a bit, to stretch those fibers. So I'm just pushing my bone folder up against the edge of the chipboard, training the paper, and then just pushing it down, so wrapping it. Now I do this with two opposite sides first, so don't take this one now, take this one. So now that you've done two opposite sides, you will now fold these excess pieces inside. I always use a bone folder to do this, so push it inside to wrap the corner of your chipboard. Pushing it flat like that. Now, if you want, ink the edges of these diagonal pieces of your paper. So I'm going to take some ink. I'm going to use some Black Soot Distress ink by Tim Holtz. You can, of course, use any kind of ink that you like. And we're going to simply ink the edge here. Now these you don't need to ink because you will cover them up, but these you will. It's a detail, but it will make your project look more professional, as you will see in a moment. All right, so now you can wrap the other two parts. So here you go. So here you see the nice detail of the the inked edge here, because that would have been white if you hadn't done that. So now it's black, and that is a difference. See, so it does make your project look more professional. And this is what it looks like. So now in this case, the only thing I have to do is determine whether I want it oriented like this or like this, but that is up to you and your creative process. Now, the finishing touch here is covering up the back. You can use design paper for that, but I am going to use cardstock because it will be the back. So I already cut a piece of cardstock to size, slightly smaller than 8 inches all around. So let's say 7 7/8 of an inch. And I'm going to just simply use wet glue to glue this on. Now, I'm always using wet glue to do these kinds of things because now I have some wriggle room, which I don't have with tape. With tape, you have to do it straight in one go. No room for error, and I am always crooked with these things. So I'm reasonably satisfied with the placing, and now I'm pushing it down. And there you go. Now I will place something to hang it from on the back, but I will only do that when I'm finished with the front, because I want it to lay flat. Because if there's something on the back, it will be slanted like this. So yeah, so I'm now going to do the front, and then at the end I'm placing the hook or something, I'm placing it here. And that is how you wrap a piece of chipboard. Alright, and that was the tutorial on wrapping your chipboard. So I hope you found some inspiration for creating such a photo work of art that you can hang from a wall, or make maybe a stand with chipboard and put it on your desk somewhere. And yeah, so I hope to see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It really helps my channel if you do that, and click that bell for notifications so you will be notified every time I upload something cute. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.